Hey, it's Glenn. Welcome to week 3. Here I am on the syllabus page as usual, and if I check out week 3, we have, of course, a book chapter to read. If possible, I encourage you to do that earlier in the week instead of later. If you do it Sunday night, you still join the discussion, and that's great. But if you can do it earlier in the week, there's more opportunity to interact with your classmates and, work through ideas, share suggestions, give each other a little bit of comfort in our, insecurities and scariness of this whole new world we're diving into. So in addition to that, we have Make New Work. So let's check that out. And this is actually not only week 3, it's all the odd numbered weeks. It's 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. So for all the odd numbered weeks, we're going to make new work. And let me just click over to the website and get the info on that. Okay, so here we go. Make new work. So we've all chosen some career goal and picked 3 categories within that. And now we want to make work that fits those categories. So during our time in art school, we've maybe tried a lot of different things. Some of us might not have that much. Many of us, most of us probably, are not going to have much work in what we're really focused on. If I'm an animator and my categories are storyboards, backgrounds, character designs, maybe I'm at 630. I've randomly picked the number 6 and said, if you could get to 666, that would be great. 555 is great. 777 is even better. If you think you have 000, if you do, it's fine, but you probably don't. You probably have stuff. If I think I'm a graphic designer and I have nothing to show, well, what about those wedding invitations I did for my cousin? I don't have to say that the client was my cousin. I don't have to say that I did the project for $0. All I have to say is that I had a client that she and her fiance were sports enthusiasts. They play everything. They compete at everything. They just love sports. They really love baseball. So I designed wedding invitations with sports theming, and for the table settings for the reception, each table was themed after a different Major League Baseball team, etc. So even if I don't think I have a lot, I probably have more than 000. But, I may not have 666. Like this example up here, maybe I have 630. If that's the case, then what I want to make this week is obviously going to be some character designs. I want to do that for the next several weeks. And, before you know it, I'll be up to 633, which will be awesome. I may not get to 666 by the end of the semester, but I should certainly get to, 644 or something like that, which is a great portfolio. So that's our mission. If I'm an animator and I made some cool jewelry in metals class last week, that's not really my new work because I'm not a metals artist. I'm not a jewelry artist. If I am a jewelry artist, then great, I can show that. But now the cool identity system I made in graphic design class, I can't show that because that's not going to advance my jewelry artist career. So it's new work to fit your 3 categories, to fill out your portfolio, to get you from 630 to 666 or from 000 to 333 or something like that. So make new work, whatever that might be. If, don't kill yourself. Don't make a complete animated film unless it's a 15-second animated film. But, if I want to do a longer animated film, maybe I'll do a part of it. I'll do storyboards for the animated film this week, something realistic, and then paste the URL on Canvas. So let's jump over to my portfolio. And just as it was last week when I got started, I haven't even touched the home page yet. It's still got some architecture business. It's just, default template stuff that's got nothing to do with me. I'll change this eventually, but haven't gotten that far yet. That's fine. I do have the about page that I made last week, which is actually not my real about page yet. That's still to come. I'm going to have text and images for this page later. But what it does have right now is what I did last week. A career goal and my 3 categories, elevator pitch, and my site map, my menu. So in my case, I said my career goal was identity art, gallery career, and my categories are reperformances, incarnation, collaboration. So this week, I think I will do some new reperformance work. So obviously that's not like identity systems where we know what that means. What does Glenn mean by reperformance? I mean taking images from the covers of fashion magazines, pop culture magazines, and so those images are typically very often of sexy young females, and now I'm going to reperform them in the body of someone who is not so sexy, not so young, and not so female. So, and then I'll juxtapose those. So let's actually go to Photoshop. Or before I do that, let me show you what. So a couple months ago, Kristen Stewart came out with a new film, Love Lies Bleeding. And so there's a big promotional tour for that, as there are for these things. So she's on the cover of Rolling Stone in this provocative image. And there are a bunch of images inside, including this one of her back taking off a t-shirt. I liked that one. And among the many talk shows she was on Late Night with Seth Meyers. So there's an image of her from there that I'd also like to use. So I'm going to do those three. So let's pop over to Photoshop. Here's the first one, the Rolling Stone cover image and my reperformance. Here's the t-shirt image from inside Rolling Stone and my reperformance. And then here's the walking on stage, Late Night with Seth Meyers, and my reperformance. So be they fine art, gallery art, commercial art, or anything else, all images on your portfolio should have a caption of some kind. If it is a gallery art piece, you can think about how you want to present that work. If it's commercial art, like so many of us will be doing, you should say something about what the client's objectives were and the choices you made to help meet those communication goals. So, of course, you can put an image on a page in your portfolio and then put a caption underneath, easy enough. FYI, you can also do that here in Photoshop. So I can say File, File New, or File Info, and then I get this big info thing. And this is actually, you can do this in Lightroom and other software as well. So you could put all kinds of info, IPTC data, and so on, but I just want to go basic and description. And whatever I put in description will become my caption if your particular software supports that. If it doesn't, you just type it in. But anyway, so here I've got basic, description, caption, so I'm good to go. Let's hop over to my portfolio. I'm going to say new post. The post is going to be called Kristen Stewart. And let's add some images. Boom, I have an image and the caption came straight across. Good to go. Boom, and last one. Okay, in addition to captions for the individual images, I should say something on this page, and then on the category page, so this is a reperformance, but on the category page for all reperformances, all identity systems, all storyboards, I should say something about that, but I'm not dealing with that page yet, I'm just dealing with this one. But still, I should say something, and I've pre-written something so you don't have to wait watching me type. Kristen Stewart, naked dressing. For the press tour of her film Love Lies Bleeding, Kristen Stewart appeared in what the New York Times called naked dressing. Here, I reperform images from her Rolling Stone cover story and her appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers. And then here's a link to the Times article. So let me copy that. And we'll paste. Great. Kristen Stewart, naked dressing, blah, blah, blah. And I think I'll move that down. So let's go down one. Great. So now it's image and then a little bit of explanation and then a couple more images. So I'm going to give this a category, and depending on what platform you're using, you may or may not have or want these, but I'm going to add a category. I don't have it yet, but it's going to be called reperformances. Great. And I'm going to add a tag also, Kristen Stewart. Again, different software might or might not use these, but here I'm going to be able, as I have, as I add more work in different categories, I'll be able to use the reperformance category to find all of the reperformances. And if I should do anything with Kristen Stewart in the future, I might or might not, but if I do, then that tag will pull all those together. So I'm pretty happy with this page. So let's go ahead and publish it. View page. And there it is. Kristen Stewart by Glenn Zuckerman in reperformances. Image, text, link, more images. Good to go. So let me grab this URL for the page I just made. Come back to Canvas, put my URL in the box. Submit assignment. Confetti, yay! So this week, week 3, and all the future odd numbered weeks, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, that's what we'll be doing. Make some work that builds your portfolio, make a page, and then put the link for that page on Canvas. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.